Hello and welcome to the ancient port city of Fuzhou, the capital of Fujian province on the southeastern coast of China. We're at the Haisha Olympic Sports Center for finals day at the Fuzhou China Open. Not only the 23rd event on the HSBC BWF World Tour, but also the 5th of the 5 Super 750 tournaments. 27 events in total make up the tour, with events spanning right across the globe from America to Europe to Asia and Oceania, all culminating in the World Tour finals in Guangzhou next month. Well, it's finals day today, as I say, and 5 finals for you this afternoon. The first 3 feature reigning world champions. We're starting with mixed doubles and the only final to feature the number 1 and 2 seeds. The World Championship gold medalists Zheng Xiwei and Wang Yaxiong, also defending champions here, up against the Asian champions Wang Yilu and Huang Dongping. Then it's men's singles, and the world champion Kento Momota, in his 9th final this year, is up against Chao Tianchen, the Asian Games silver medalist, in his 7th final this year. Then it's women's doubles and the world champions Matsumoto and Nagahara up against Shin Sung-chian and Lee So-hee, who's incredibly in her 3rd consecutive final here with her 3rd different partner. I was saying this is the only final where the number 1 and 2 seeds have made it all the way through to Sunday, today, finals day at the Fuzhou China Open. The defending champions, Zheng Xiwei and Wang Yaxiong, in their 11th final today in just their 14th tournament this year. A year ago, they beat the Danes Christiansen and Pedersen in the final here in Fuzhou. The number 2 seeds, the Asian champions Wang Yilu and Huang Dongping, making their 2nd appearance here as a pair. A year ago, they lost in the semi-final to the Danes, who, as I've just mentioned, lost in the final to Zheng Xiwei and Wang Yaxiong. A 5th final of the year for this pair, and a 3rd 750 tournament final. Well, this will be the 7th meeting between these 2 pairs, and the previous 6, every occasion has been won by the current world number 1s and world champions. This is the 4th consecutive time that these 2 pairs are meeting in a final. And it's only the fourth time on the World Tour this year that a mixed doubles final has featured the number 1 and 2 seeds. And of course the last time it happened was last week in Macau, which also happened to be a same nation final. Tang Chun-man and Si Yun-suit beating Li Chun-hei and Xiao Hui-hua, 2 pairs from Hong Kong. Well, he looks pretty relaxed, doesn't he? Cheng Shiwei, the 21-year-old from Wenzhou in Zhejiang province. He's 3 years younger than his partner Wang Yaxiong. But my goodness, what a year they have had. 10 finals prior to this, 8 titles from those 10 previous finals. This is a 9th World Tour final, and they're looking for a 7th World Tour title. And that, incidentally, would be a record, because under the previous system with the Super Series, the most that any mixed doubles pair won in a calendar year was 6, and that was Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei, who won 6 titles in 3 different years. So as I was saying, Wang Yaxiong, 3 years older than her partner, but they're enjoying their 14th consecutive week as world number 1s. And as far as their path through to today's final is concerned, twice went the full distance in the first round and the quarter-final. Their other 2 matches against teammates, and if you add up the time on court against their teammates, it is 48 minutes, which is the same time as their first round match against the Danes. Huge battle in the quarter-final against Puravaranukroh and Thayrat Chanathai. That Thailand pair are playing extremely well at the moment. Wang Dongping in her 2nd final here in Fuzhou, because 2 years ago she was beaten in the final of the women's doubles with Li Chunwei. They are currently number 2, but they did spend a total of 5 weeks as world number 1s. Wang Yilu turned 24 last Thursday, so during this tournament, we wish him a very happy birthday, even though it's belated. But as far as they are concerned, winners of the Asian Championships earlier this year, silver medal in the World Championship final, losing to the pair they face today. And they have twice played against Indonesian pairs. In the 2nd round, Debbie Susanto's a new partner, Rivaldi, who's just 18 years of age, although he'll be turning 19 tomorrow, so another birthday player here on the World Tour. 3 games against Praveen Jordan and Octavianti. Now that was a very good match, and then that semi-final against the All England champions Watanabe and Higashino. That 2nd game absolutely ran away with that, 21-6. Well, Morten, I know that you were watching, I think, that semi-final against the All England champions. As we look at our court officials for this, Watanabe and Higashino, were they just simply too good in that 2nd game? What on earth happened?
They were too good. They really, really played well, the Chinese, and the Japanese had no answer to it. And of course they eventually lost heart a bit because it was just not going their way.
Well, I wonder if this pair realise the significance if they were to win a 7th World Tour title. I know, Morten, that there's more World Tour events than there used to be Super Series events, but if they were to win 7, when the previous best was 6 in a calendar year, it would be pretty special, because there's also, they're playing in the Hong Kong Open next week, and then they're already qualified, of course, as reigning world champions, and they're number 1 on the Race to Guangzhou list. There's another 2 possibilities to win 2 more titles as well.
And it's looking good for them.
Yeah.
You have to say they have been playing extremely well since the World Championship in August. Not that they've not played well up till then, but from there on I think they've played even better.
Well, we've been singing the praises of Wang Yaxiong and her capabilities at the front of the court, and I'm sure we'll see that in today's final.
And on my left, Wang Yilu and Wang Dongping, China. Wang to serve to Wang Yidu. Level. Play.
Well, certainly when we watch these two pairs playing against each other in the World Championship final, it was a very fast and furious affair. Very fast exchanges. But I guess the problem, Morton, for the World Championship silver medalists, the pair in the all-white kit, is that once you've lost to the same opponents 6 times, then you begin to question yourself and sort of say, how on earth am I going to beat them? What have we got to do differently?
Yeah, I agree with you. It's all about trying to come up with a new tactic, and it's obviously not so easy. I think the big difference between the two pairs is that Zheng Siwei is covering the back of the court much better than his opponent Wang. And that's not something that's easy to change.
And considering we've been singing the praises of Wang Yaxiong, I'm guessing that you probably think her capabilities at the front of the court are slightly better than Wang Dongping as well.
Yeah, but it's more even. I think it's a lot more even. I think the big difference is actually between the two men, where I think Zheng Siwei is actually, I wouldn't say a lot stronger, but he is stronger than his opponent Wang. There is no doubt about it. Wang doesn't cover the court in the same way and as aggressively as what Siwei is doing.
1-4.
Well, it has gone to 3 games once on the previous 6 encounters between these two pairs. And that was in the quarterfinal of the All England earlier this year.
5-1.
And that's when the world champions were just making their way up the rankings.
Yeah, they only started playing end of last year, didn't they? They started off at the Macau Open, as far as I remember.
That's correct.
Yeah.
So this is their 14th final in just their 17th tournament together. That's a pretty good record, isn't it?
Doesn't get much better than that.
7-1.
But there were some question marks to their capability at around March, when they did not win the All England, when they lost to the two Japanese at Watanabe and Higashino. There was a question mark to it, but after that, as I say, and even 4 months later, it's just they won everything.
Yeah. And also right at the beginning of the year in the Malaysian Masters Super 500 event, they lost to the Tang and Sea, yeah.
But again, that's what confidence can do to your game as well, because I think by winning as many tournaments as they've done, I think Zheng Siwei has really grown in confidence as well.
Yeah, good rally. That's a fascinating comment, Morton, because when he split from his previous partner, Chen Qingcheng, and teamed up with Wang Yaxiong, he was already world number 1.
He was world number 1. It's quite amazing that the Chinese coaches had the courage to split number 1 and number 2 in the world up to get an even better pair. They believed that they would get a better pair by splitting the two pairs, and I think that takes courage.
I totally agree, but referring to your previous comment that he's grown in confidence, I mean, to me, a player who's number 1 in the world, even though you... Wow, this is a good rally.
Yeah.
Yeah, well played. even though you team up with somebody new, you surely still carry a lot of confidence in your own capabilities. So playing with a new partner, you have to rebuild the trust in the new partner, and it's a whole new development. That I'm guessing that's what you're saying, because it is two people on court, so you can have two very good players together. I remember Korean men's doubles players Lee Yong-dae and Shin-baek Chul.
Yeah, they were not gelling.
They were not gelling. So it's not just a question of being good players, it's a question of getting confidence within the partnership.
Yeah, but I think the difference between Ya Chong and Chen is that Ya Chong is more steady at the net and is holding her ground better at the net. And that is making a big difference, because that is what Zheng Siwei is thriving on, that he can attack as much as possible.
5-9.
And that goes down as a service error. Yeah, the drop shot and move forward.
Yeah, but I think it actually exposed here. It exposed Wang here, because when he was getting that shot on the forehand side there, he was falling out of court, and therefore suddenly it was a complete full court for Dongping to cover, and she can't do that.
No.
So what I'm saying is that his agility and his ability to cover the court is not as good.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that.
5.
Good point.
Service over. 6-10.
It's a good backhand. Yeah.
Service
Yeah.
over. Another
And backhand from Zheng Siwei. Straight down the line. Set up the rally. And they have a 5-point advantage here at the mid-game interval of the opening game. Well, of course, because both pairs from the same nation, the coaching staff not involved, leave it to the players' own devices. And this is the 5th time this year that we've had a mixed doubles title on the HSBC BWF World Tour that have featured two pairs from the same nation.
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
3 previous times. It's involved this pair we're looking at. Twice against their opponents of today in the Malaysian and Japan Super 750s. But in the China Super 1000 event, they beat Zhang Nan and Li Yinhui in the final. Then, of course, the Macau event last week that we've already mentioned.
Play. Ball.
Yeah, nicely done. Have to say, I did like that return of serve, Morten.
12.
Yeah, it was a good one. It was definitely a good one.
I like the idea of, so often we talk about the need on the return of serve to find the mid-court areas and so on, but I like the fact that he played it really deep into the forehand corner.
7-12.
Again, if we're going to talk about weaknesses on Zheng Siwei, it's definitely on the return of serve into those deep corners, whether it's on the forehand side or the backhand side. That's where he gets a little bit of trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
Service over. 13-7.
Yeah, finished off so well, so efficiently by Wang Yaxiong.
Service over. 10. Eight, 13. 2. Service over. 14, 8. Ball.
Broke the strings of his racket with that one.
Yep.
That was-
Easy to hear.
Yeah, it was a nice little clip down.
Yeah, I think one of the secrets, or one of the things I think that Wang Yilu and Dongping have to work on, is how to get Wang
Service
Yilu
over.
more involved in the game.
9,
It's too easy to
14.
play around him, and it's too easy to avoid him, so to speak. And he must get a lot more involved and make his presence felt somehow.
Well left.
But again here, if you look at this defensive, you will not see it again. But he was going all the way to the sideline, leaving a massive gap in the middle for Dongping to cover.
But that was that because he was trying to defend with his backhand action.
Yeah, I know that. I do know that. But still, you know, it's
Yeah.
leaving a massive gap in the centre.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Service over. 15, 11.
Man, that's well along the back line.
Service over. 12, 15. Thirteen, 15.
Well, trick shots like that rarely work.
It's just prolonging the distress.
Yeah. Well, perhaps that'll get the world champions back on track, because they just seem to have gone off the boil the
13.
last few rallies. Oh, yes. Yeah.
That's good anticipation, isn't it?
Yeah.
17, 13.
But the placement here is awesome by Siwei, and that's obviously giving it, making it so much easier to anticipate.
And jump. Thank you. Seventeen, 13. Play.
Oh, that's delightful. What a super shot from Han Dongping.
Service over. 14,
Look at that.
17.
Wonderful angle.
Okay, play.
Well left.
Service over. 18-14.
Look at that. Body and soul into that smash. Doesn't hold back, does he?
No, he doesn't. We've seen many slow motion on his smash, and it's the same every time. He's giving 100%.
Service over. 15-18.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I used the word efficient earlier with Wang Yaxiong, and I think that rally once again
19,
proved the point.
17.
Yeah, it's good interception on the forehand side. But what is so good about her, she's equally good intercepting on the backhand side, which is quite unusual. Normally, one is the front player is normally having a favorite side, but she seems to be, you know, equally good on both.
In between Yilu and Dongping,
20. Game
and
point.
game point
5-3.
opportunities have arrived. Yeah, efficient put away once again from Wang Yaxiong. It was a super backhand there from her as well. Look at the anticipation forward. There's nothing too dramatic about it, nothing extravagant, just a short, sharp motion of that racket head to kill the shuttle on the backhand side in the opening game to the world champions. Zheng Wei and Wang Yaxiong, 21-15. 17 minutes.
我每次一过他平的时候，我一过他平，我每次在后面抽平，你不要等我打，等我抽平的时候你就上，你知道吗？然后你就上，你上中间，往中间挪一点，不要再拿到旁边抽，你知道吗？你这样能上去。有点上去。
就没有这样式，发一发全是球往上走，不往下，先往下，包括你抢的时候也是，就球先往下走。
你的想法，你不要老去要求球的质量，因为有时候他们的质量很好的话，我们做不到质量，我们要先把线路打对，你知道吧？你不要小小觉得这个球你要往下回，那个球往下。
抢着压上面，怕退出去。东平管他能跑，没有。
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
Well, one game away, Zheng Wei and Wang Yaxiong from a 7th World Tour title of the year. And for the record, Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei won 6 titles in 2011, 2013 and 2015. 6 Super Series titles a year in a calendar year.
Level. Play.
For Morton, here's a nice possibility of an incredible stat by this pair we're looking at right now, because they're going for a Grand Slam today of Super 750 events, because they've won the previous 4. There's only 5 in total. So they're going for their 5th and a Grand Slam of all Super 750 titles in 2018. That would be extraordinary if they managed to achieve that, wouldn't it?
It would be. It definitely would be.
Service over. 1-0.
And for that not to happen, I think Wang Yilu really have to, as I say, get back into it. He's really got to try to be more dominant and take some more responsibility.
Service over. 2-1.
Oh my goodness, he had 2 goes at that. He's so fast, he missed the first one and still had time to try and swipe at it again.
Oh.
Missed, I'll have another go.
Yeah, that's good play, good block shot there by Dongping.
3-2.
Yep.
4-2. Five, 2. Six, 2.
Oh, very different to the opening game.
Dongping challenges go out.
First challenge of finals day.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining.
It was
Service
indeed
over.
short. That serve.
3-6. Flag. Ball. Service over. 7-3.
Well, they think she took the shuttle before it had crossed over the net. Let's have a look. Oh no, they say that she touched the net before it went into the net.
Yeah, because it's not over.
No. Oh, a very uncharacteristic error there from Cheng Shi-wei. Well, they started off this match looking incredibly sharp, the world champions. I think I said in the opening game at one stage I thought they went off the boil, but they regained their form in time to finish off that opening game, 21-15.
9-3. Play.
Well, he simply wasn't making this number of errors in the opening game, Cheng Shi-wei.
No, he hasn't played so well here in the first half of the second game. He's really played a lot of mistakes.
She very nearly got it back. Huang Dongping.
4-10.
Yeah, it wasn't a million miles away at all.
Service over. 11-4.
So to the mid-game interval, and a 7-point advantage for the number 2 seeds, Wang Yilu and Wang Dongping. Now, Morton, we've obviously already identified that Cheng Shi-wei has made 1 or 2 errors that he wasn't making in the opening game. But do you think that Wang Yilu is getting more involved now?
I think he is allowed to be more involved, as I see it.
Yeah.
像我们位置不对，他们现在抢在我们前面。我们
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
给婴儿做，然后他们就开始连续那个他们。
往边靠，然后我们用完之后连续，接着往你先卸，卸下来之后就有。
11-4. 5-2. Play. Service over. 5-11.
It was the right idea, I think, from Dongping.
Yeah, definitely taking off the pace on that shot.
Service over. 12-5. Service over. 6-12.
Yeah, there's a big, big space there.
Service over. 13-6. Service over. 7-13.
Can't afford errors on the return of serve like that.
13.
But it's all about this 1, 2, 3. Serve, return, and the third shot. And it's tough to play good shots when the server is doing really good serves. And HUANG is serving well.
Service over. 14-8.
Not hitting with anything like the same power.
And
Change.
flush.
15.
Yeah, Cheng Wei.
Waiting. Waiting.
Longest rally of the match so far.
Late.
Yeah,
16.
another
Hey.
sloppy error from Cheng Wei. And another.
17.
Yeah, I'm counting,
Hey.
and of course the 6 points that Wang and Dongping has got after the mid-game interval. 3 of them has been sort of bad returns from Wei on 3 occasions, and 2 outright mistakes of the 6 points. So that's kind of 5 out of the 6 points that he's accountable
Yeah.
for.
Service over. 9-17.
There's another error.
Service over. 19-9.
So it's by Wang.
And another error.
19-9.
And that one's landed in.
Service over. 10-19.
Oh. Yeah, I think the world champions have given up on this second game.
Service over. 20. Game point.
10 game point opportunities
10.
for the Asian champions.
Service over. 11, 20. Game.
Second game, 21-11.
Second game. One night,
Lackluster
1-3,
performance in
and
that
one
second
game.
game
1-1,
by
11,
Cheng
one
Shiwei.
game, all.
And he's allowed his opponents right back into the match. 21-11, 36 minutes into the final, and it's 1 game all.
都是这些问题。
每次包括都是打可能说，我们认为是说还差一点的时候，还会再过去。
Yes, out of the 10 points after the mid-game interval in that second game, I counted, and as I said, there were 3 where the returns from Siwei was very poor, so he lost the next one. And then there were 5 outright mistakes,
Errors.
which means that out of the 10 points that his opponents got, he made the 8 for them.
Yeah, it's simply not what you expect from a world champion.
Twenty seconds. 20 seconds.
好，来一局加油的话，
Players on court.
好，谢谢。来。
Ready? Final game. Double. Play.
So third and deciding game. Unbelievable. Terrific. Well finished off by Wang Yaxiong. Going around the head intersection.
Service over. 1 love. Attention. Attention. Thank you. Change. 1 love. Play.
Yeah, it's a better start for Siwei and Yao here in the third game. First two rallies have been good.
Service over. 1, 2.
They did awfully well on the third shot there, Wang Yilu.
2, all. Service over. 3, 2.
And they're just pointing out where the
Thank you.
wet patches and the court surface there from the perspiration.
3, 2, play.
He almost missed that one. He mistimed it, hit the frame on it. Zheng Siwei on this one here. But lucky for him, he was that close to the net.
Service over. 3, 4. Play.
Very interesting that he's directing his smash at Wang Yilu rather than Wang Dongping.
Yeah, but I don't find it interesting at all. That's what I said in the start of the first game. That if you direct enough pressure on Wang Yilu, I think he is kind of the weaker link as and when he's got to cover that much of the court at the same time. Good rally.
Service over. 4, 5.
Well, he certainly did it. Covered an awful lot of the court in that rally, Wang Yilu. I thought he took 3 shots that would have been better for his partner to take, Wang Dongping. Not sure if you call them half smashes or drop shots there, though.
No.
He was coming right across the court, wasn't he?
He was. He was in covering partner
4,
there.
5. Play. Liang. 4.
Yeah, just moving further and further forward,
Service
both
over.
Zheng Xiwei and Wang Yaxiong.
And that's what's so
6,
good when you see this pair play, because here they're moving up side by side, almost standing at the front service line side by side, and that's where they're so good.
Oh, delightful. What a defensive block.
Service over. 5, 6.
And the forehand defence too, that's just lovely. Back level.
6, 4.
Their defensive play turned into attacking play with a wonderful block once again across court from Huang Dongping.
7, 6.
It was earlier in the rally than that.
Yeah, but that's a good attack by Wang Yilu here. Really powerful in his smashes. Somehow I must say I sense that we might have an upset on our hands here. Chances are that I think the pair in white is looking really good at the moment.
It's a perfect return of serve from
7,
Wang Yaxiong. Look at this. Yeah. Hit the top of the tape. Went over. That's a very good smash. Straight down the line from Wang Yilu.
Service over. 8.
It's good because he's not opening up the court, he's keeping that attack straight down the line, and of course the reply most likely will come back to him again, should it come back. So that was a good, clever attack here by Wang Yilu.
Oh, goodness me. That's a shocker.
9, 8.
It's far more penetrating in their attacking play now in the number 2 seeds.
Yeah, that was happened yesterday in that semi-final mixed doubles when they played Watanabe and Higashino. They simply couldn't defend it. They were just pushed back and back and back the whole time.
Oh, goodness. Indecision.
11, 8.
And it is the number 2 seeds, Wang Yilu and Huang Dongping, who have the advantage, a 3-point advantage, here in the third and deciding game.
And out of the 11 points that this pair has got so far, they have got 6 of the 11 points based on errors or shots that's not really been of quality from their opponents. So that's more than enough.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a staggering statistic.
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
好，尽力。
11, 8. Play.
That's a good serve by Wang.
Well, 8.
Short. Well left there by
Service over.
Wang
9, 12.
They were short of the service line. Awesome attack there by Wang.
Service over.
Once again, he's just making his way forward,
13.
attacking from
They are.
a better and better position. And the final one here went straight on the floor.
Ball. Service over. 10, 13.
That's a good serve.
Service over.
Well, it's very rare that you see
14.
Zheng Shiwei left stranded.
That's a good shot. Really nice reply here by Zheng Shiwei.
Service over.
Cross court
11.
counter-attacking
14.
shot here. Look at that. Wang Dongping was moving towards the backhand side to cover the straight one, but Shiwei saw that straight away and really good flat cross court.
Yeah, well taken.
12, 14.
Just 2 points in it now. About 1 point in it.
14.
Yeah, that's out. Good call by Shiwei.
Back level.
Help the partner to make up her mind on that one.
Oh,
Yeah, it was good communication, wasn't it?
It was.
Because I think she was going to play that.
Chances were.
Super change of pace. And on a run of 5 straight points,
14.
the world champions go into the lead. think the first time that we ever saw Wang Yilu, you and I, Morten, was in Lucknow in 2014.
In 14, yeah.
And do you know who he won the title with?
No, I must admit I cannot remember.
Wang Yaxiong,
Oh, I see.
his opponent of today.
Of today, yes. Just shows that how much they have developed since.
Yeah.
Service over. 15 all.
I just sensed that was an important rally.
Service over. 16.
The world champions, I feel, can almost take points at their will. But then suddenly they go on this walkabout and then they're giving points away, and then they have to pull it back together again. And as I say, I almost feel that they can take the points at will.
Yeah. Zheng Wei.
16 all.
Nearly a half-court lift. All.
He had a good opportunity there, Zheng Wei, for his power smash, but he chose otherwise. Try to have a look. This is a perfect setup, but this one here was just a half smash, not the full power smash as what we've seen on so many other occasions, and that's putting him into trouble.
Yeah, especially as there was no angle to it, was
Yes,
there?
it was just straight down the middle.
Yeah. Wide and long, according to the line judges.
Service over. 17 all.
One game all, 17 all, and the match clock ticks over the hour mark.
Service over. 19 17.
We've still got count of the number of errors, Morten, from Siwei.
Yeah, we have 2 half means that the reply is so weak that he's losing the next one, and then we've got 3 straight mistakes, which is 5, and then Yaqiong has done 1, so that's 6 out of the 7 points after the game interval.
with the drop shot there from
17.
Zheng Qiwei. Look at that. That's just inviting the kill.
Play.
2-point advantage and 2 points away from the title for the number 2 seeds.
Service over. 8-19.
Oh, he took it. That shot from Siwei, I think, was going wide.
Yeah. It was a fine example of what I've talked about, that, you know, he's not able to cover the court as well. And that's why he's diving all over the place.
But that was going miles out, Morton. We saw it better from the other angle.
And Dongping was shouting.
So 19 or
19. Oh.
match point opportunity to the defending champions and an opportunity to win the Grand Slam of all 5 Super 750 titles this year. Their best performance that we've seen all year, but isn't that the mark of champions, that they can still win when not playing at their best? 21-19 in the deciding game, an hour and 4 minutes, and Zheng Qiwei and Wang Yaxiong win their 7th World Tour title this year, breaking the record of the Super Series, which was 6 Super Series titles in a year, won by Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei. And in the first year of the HSBC BWF World Tour, Zheng Qiwei and Wang Yaxiong win all 5 Super 750 events. The second tier of tournament behind the Super 1000 events, of which there are only 3. Confirmation of the score: 21-15, 11-21, 21-19 in the deciding game.